I am the woven one. I am the dreamer. I am the dream. Ain't that beautiful? I'm always thinking about ways in which human beings, in all of their incredible differences, whether it's language, culture, ethnicity, sexuality, gender, race, the ways in which we can meet, embrace, and maybe appreciate our differences. Your story is incredibly important. Your story.
If you continue to perpetuate the idea of race, do you ever get to a place where you're not dealing with race?
Too often people say, well, I want you to make change. Well, what kind of change? Change. If you don't have an agenda, then how are you going to hold me accountable? As the mayor-elect of Montgomery, I want to welcome you. All of you as leaders have the potential of changing outcomes and putting your finger on the scale.
The CARE team has been really intentional about bringing together an incredibly diverse and smart group of individuals who are really thinking innovatively about the work that they're doing.
You're joining people together who might not otherwise have the opportunity to meet, who have different lenses to approach a problem.
For me, one of the themes of this trip was reflecting and reliving some of the past in order to understand how we are in the present and how we can move into the future.
For me, the most powerful moment was listening to Joanne Bland when she talked about being an activist as such a young child.
On March 7, 1965, we gathered on the playground of George Washington Carver Homes, and led by John Lewis and Hosea Williams came right down this street and over that bridge and met a wall of policemen. When that line stopped, John Lewis asked permission to pass. The policeman told him there would be no march between Selma and Montgomery. When I crested that bridge and could see across, I saw policemen lined all the way across all 4 lanes, right up under those traffic lights. I'm standing there waiting for the front to go down so I too could kneel, when suddenly I hear gunshots and screams. I think they're killing the people down front. Before we could turn around, it was too late. They came in from both sides, the front and the back, and they were just beating people. Old, young, black, white, male, female, it didn't matter. They were just beating people. People lay everywhere, bleeding, not moving, as if they were dead and you couldn't stop to help them. My head was in my sister Linda's lap, and Linda was crying. When I became fully awake, I realized what was falling on my face were not my sister's tears. It was her blood. My 14-year-old sister had been beaten on that bridge and had wounds in her head that required 35 stitches. Yet on that following Tuesday, I held that same sister's hand as we followed Dr. King and Dr. Abernathy across this same bridge.
You know, we went on the ultimate field trip.
I'm so grateful that CARE provided us with the opportunity to be able to grow and to learn and to understand.
It's important that we understand our history and understand how our history connects to present day issues.
Like, I feel motivated after today.
I commit to
stay in the battle, because it's sometimes very difficult to stay there with all the noise and all the challenges that we face.
I commit to working with Michelle in this group to find ways to provide legal services to underserved immigrant populations in Atlanta.
I commit to a new future, to a new orbit that brings along with it others who are struggling for justice.
In the end, I think there's always like that unthinkable, which you think is impossible, but humans do it day by day.